welcome back. I'm Paul, and today is Sunday, so it's time to go through the 12-pound barrel, see how things are looking. We put some different stuff in there last week, so I'm pretty excited to see how they look after a week. Got some Botswana agates and some more Bahia agates, some different things like that. So we'll see how far they've come in a week. Not too far, I'm sure, but they'll look a little better. Alright. My darn thing needs to be adjusted. It's sticking on me. Lots of colors in the barrel right now. I see a lot of unakite and some tiger eye and some red jasper, and I see a big piece of white quartz, and there's one of our Bahia agates. All kinds of stuff going on in there right now. A couple of Botswana agates there I see. There's our one Bahia agate. Ooh, there's a really nice Botswana. So many awesome patterns in some of these different rocks and agates. A couple of our big pieces of chert I saw there, and some of those are getting pretty close to getting pulled out. They're starting to look pretty nice. There's another Botswana agate I see there. Really nice one. We put in some that had some really nice patterns on them. Some tiger eye, labradorite, I think I'm just about done with all that labradorite and tiger eye and unakite that I cut up. There was a lot of littles in that because I wanted some little pieces, but I'll go ahead and go through that and see what's ready to move on. We'll take a look at that, maybe take a closer look at some of the stuff that we put in last week, and I haven't figured out what we're putting in this week yet, so it'll be a surprise to me even. We'll figure that out as we go here. Alright, this is all the stuff we're pulling out this week. A lot of the labradorite and the unakite and the tiger eye, I cut it all on the saw, so a lot of it had pretty nice straight sides on it with not too much stuff going on, so it didn't take long in there in the coarse grit. And I'm not being super picky with it because it's something that I've got plans for it, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want it to look pretty darn nice, and it'll get shiny. So we've got some labradorite here, and you can see some of it glowing. And then we've got a little bit more of the red jasper. We've got the unakite, and some of this unakite's pretty neat. I like this stuff. It probably won't focus with all that stuff in the background. I can't trick it sometimes. Maybe if I go like that. You can see like some white in it. I would assume it's like quartz. And you've got all the greens and some of the reds and stuff in there. So that's pretty neat. And then we've got some tiger eye, and a lot of this looks really good too. I'm really happy with it. It's got some pretty nice patterns to it. So, and then we also have some of this tiger eye that, I don't know if I can see a piece right now, but it's kind of has a mixture of the blue and the gold in it. So it kind of looks kind of cool. It's got a little bit of the blue and the regular old gold going on in it. And the pieces that I cut, you can kind of see where it was like the blue bleeding into the regular yellow stuff. So I guess that one's got a little bit of a crack in it there yet, but I pretty well have to get rid of all that. And I like the pattern on it. So some of that's going to move on. And then some of the things that we aren't moving on, but I just want to look at, some of these Bahia agates. Oh, there we go. I drop it. This one's just got some pretty awesome stuff going on, and it's a pretty good size rock. You can really see some of the patterns and stuff going on there. And again, I know I've said it before, but on this one, I feel like maybe I should cut it and I'd expose some more stuff, but we're just going to see what it looks like after we grind it for a while in coarse. I could always cut it if I wanted to. And another one of the ones that we put in last week was this one. And it's come a ways in a week. It's got some pretty cool stuff going on. I like the banding on this side. And then a couple of our Botswana agates that we put in last week have some pretty cool. This one's got a little bit of fortification banding on the back here, but most of the awesome part is on this side. And then we've got this one. Has some pretty cool stuff going on. I love those Botswanas. This is one that's more of white and black. Not so much black, but a brownish gray, but it doesn't have a lot of the blue to it. I think that'll look pretty cool when it's done. Oh, my heater decided to kick on. Maybe I'll shut that off quick. There we go. There's another one of the Botswanas. We've got a couple more of those that we can look at. These things are pretty hard, and they usually take a long time to grind down in coarse grit to get them the way I want them, but we've got them started in the process, so it'll just be a matter of, you know, a few weeks, maybe a few months. Hard to say. Probably more like a couple of months for me, but... And then I forgot about this other one that we put in last week were these plume seam agates. And they've got a pretty thick skin on the outsides of them, but you can see some of the agate banding in there. And I think that they'll expose more as we grind on them a little bit more. This one's got a little bit more of the agate that you can see in it, in the seam. And they're pretty rough, but we're just going to let them tumble around in there. They don't take up a lot of room. It's hard to see on that one in the camera, but you can kind of see the agate in it. And then what else did we have here? Well, I grabbed out a couple pieces of our chert that we've been kind of tumbling. I kind of like the patterns on that one. Not terrible exciting, just a little different. I think this side is the side that I really like. So all of those are going to go back in, and all of this stuff is done for the week. So now we'll get the barrel set back up and figure out what we're going to put in the barrel for next week. I think we're going to have quite a bit of space in there because it looked like I could have put more in last week than what I did, and we took quite a bit of stuff out. So we'll get that all set back up and get to filling the barrel up. All right. Here's all the stuff that we've ran for a couple of weeks, and it's going to go back in, all the Botswanas and the Bahia agates. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I think it's Bahia. I've heard it pronounced Baja before, but maybe that's it. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll have to do a little checking on that. I always question myself which one's right. So we've got that stuff in. I've got just a little bit of the tiger eye and the labradorite and the unikite that we're going to use to fill the barrel. And I think we're just going to put some more of the Bahia agates in there to fill the barrel this week. Because I've got some. I was going to tumble them on a 30-pound barrel and make a video on them on their own. But I don't have anything else really ready to go in. And I'm sure I'll order more of these and tumble them because I really like these. So we might as well get them going. About 2/3 to 3/4. Got a little bit too much water in there. Now that the water's gone, I think I can fit a couple more. It doesn't look as full. Just about got them all in there. And I've got my 14 tablespoons of my 4670 silicon carbide coarse grit. And we'll get those back on and let them roll for a week, and we'll be back next week to check them out. If you like our video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of our tumbles that we have coming up and some things we have going on in the Vibro Lab, don't be afraid to subscribe and you won't miss anything. Thanks for watching.